right, guys, we are back, and we have Upset the Balance versus Mighty Morph Stock Exchange. Quite a mouthful there, guys, and we already have a Vi band going on here on the blue team side, and also Cassid, and they don't want to see him. And also an Annie band. Annie support has been pretty crazy lately in the bot lane. So we got Swain, Nocturne, and Zyra on the right side. The Nocturne ban is most likely for Dr. Flambe because he's been rocking it out in games that he feels he's behind on, and it's a good safe pick for him, so they don't want to see that on the field of justice.
Urbanized Spy has been playing that as well, and the Annie pick is target ban for Delirium. Delirium played that in the first game that these two met up in the first round, and it really worked well for them.
What position has Delirium been playing? Has he been
support?
And support Swain, you said?
No, Annie.
Oh, support Annie. Okay, so
did I say Swain?
That's awesome. First, yes, you did. First picked.
That would be
Zach
awful.
So, we saw from the last game that Zach was quite devastating with their initiate, and the other team just could not answer to it. Oh wow! We got another Shen over here. Are you sure this is Tim's team? It seems like it's already the first picks for the other team that they're.
Yeah,
facing.
there's a Sona there.
I guess a Sona. We'll see if Delirium can line up those crescendos. Have you noticed that Delirium's quite good with his crescendos? Oh
yeah, he's very good with. He's very strong support. He's really good at landing anything that he needs to.
That's not Ari pick going on there. That seems pretty normal at this point in the game. They've been quite safe with it.
Yeah, especially with that Swain band. Really hard, pretty hard counter on that Ari pick would have been the Swain, but
do not know if we're going to see a Cho, but they possibly can put.
No, they won't. They'll probably run TF.
TF? What about Oriana? Or is it Oriana pretty safe?
Or they could be running Oriana too. Look
at that Thresh. I like to see Thresh in the fields of justice. He's
Bo3.
So has he been banned all the time?
No, he hasn't been banned really this tournament either.
I'm guessing no one knows how to play confidently with him.
Not really.
He'd be such a game changer. So we're gonna see what purple team has in store for us. Corki. So and then also
Corki Jarv.
J4 on the fields of justice. Get some cataclysms going here.
They have run the Jarv in Sona before the tournament, and it worked really well for them. The alt combo is really scary.
It's very crazy, and and also including the Shen alt onto the J4 going right in there. Like it'll allow Corki just to missile the crap in the background. He doesn't even need to. It's just a crazy amount of a team fight right there.
Yep, and especially also helps in their combo with the Sona the Jarvan is the Corki AoE that he has with the Philosopher's Bomb. And his alts, the rockets does a lot too.
Sejuani, has that been played out all in this tournament?
They've played it quite a couple times.
Wow, you know what? I can't wait to see that. I love seeing Sejuani alts, and it's such a game changer. Now Vayne, that's a standard pick for this team. It's very, everyone knows Vayne's late game is crazy, right? But Corki at his level 6, he can absolutely shut down Vayne.
They probably shouldn't.
And crescendo with the Corki, his dueling power, he'll half health Vayne before she can respond.
Yeah, and there's the TF.
And there's the normal TF ban right there. Not ban, pick right there. And that's going to Nindo. And
they had this exact team.
Really?
Last time they played, yeah.
Oh, well, it's kind of ran 2 fight, right?
Not against them, against Samuel's team, but he did run this comp earlier in the day. I think it was the first game we casted today.
Okay, cool, awesome. Well, it seems like the team fight is quite strong on both sides. Like Zach initiate right there, as well as a Sejuani initiate. They allow the carries to give them some room there. But yet again, if J4 gets some good cataclysms off on the carries,
especially with Delirium's crescendo as well.
I know Ari's gonna get out, but yet again. Vayne's gonna get out a cataclysm too.
Yeah, she can tell me right out of it. Which I'm surprised.
Cataclysm's not going to be that effective this game. They really.
It still gives quite a bit of damage when it lands.
It does, and it does zone them out so that they can't get to the AD carry. Yeah. But at the same time, you're if you can go after the carries with J4.
Yeah, with the J4 with the alt, if he initiates the alt onto Vayne, he'll put her right in the middle, and it will give him time to really knock her up or some more follow-up CC to keep Vayne locked down for a while.
We'll see if Samuel will be in the middle at the very least, right? Yeah. And see how far J4 is really willing to go. Yet again, he can go quite far since that Shen ult. If they line it up quite properly, it'd be quite effective. And they got 2 global alts. We gotta say, if purple team works it out, they can make some amazing plays.
Yep, they last time when they ran this comp, they did a lot of work bottom lane.
Did they?
Kept going down there and forcing fights, engaging on them, diving, and then going for dragon.
Man, that is a crazy amount of dragon control there. We'll see. There's 3 ignites on the purple side. Is it more? It seems like a little bit more standard now that supports are taking ignite for some reason.
It's just more killing potential in the lane.
I guess just the early ignite when they start doing some DPS with the crescendo and that, and then Corki will just pick up the kill. Is that kind of what works out?
Yeah,
it's like a burst combo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Has it been going up in the world at all, or did it just recently start up?
The
recently?
ignite?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was playing worlds.
Was it playing
I would say about 80% of the games supports are taking ignite.
Wow, that is crazy. But I guess it scales with levels, so it's not really that big of a deal. So it's cool to see that the meta has been changing quite a bit since last time I played in a tournament.
It's nice to see not everyone picking assassins either. I was really worried.
I
hate assassins mid.
Yeah, there is a lot more tanks. A lot more of a front line than just a DPS train going down on the fields of justice.
This reminds me more of Season 2.
Actually, these J4's always been
in
there.
the mid lane though.
Actually the mid lane
is getting away from the assassins, which I despise.
I do like the Season 2. I do like the Season 2 meta kind of thing.
Yeah.
2 tanks. Have a front line.
Now they call it a raid boss.
Oh, they call it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, they're trying to take down the raid boss here. It's quite annoying. I don't like it at all.
Well, one thing I've noticed is definitely with the percentage damage on Vayne and blue team that they can get some pretty good damage on the Baron quite fast. Now, Baron for purple team, Corki is fast.
Oh yeah,
he is fast with his rockets, but at the same time, the other champs are okay when it comes to a Baron.
So purple team needs to win 1 best of 3 to win. Blue team has to win 2 best of 3s.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're coming from the losers bracket.
Yeah, so we got the gun on the blue team. We're going to see if blue team, they just got some food, they got some freshness going on. Hopefully they're going to bring their A game today and see they can dominate today.
All of blue team's games have been casted today.
Wow.
And for a long stretch they were playing, and purple team has been watching them on the big screen here at Overclocked.
Well, we're getting underway, and this is the last bracket today. We're entering into the Fields of Justice right now. I'm really happy to see, and all this goes way back a couple of years. So CTX kind of going up with Fishy Peril or something like that.
It's so.
Van Kara, Nundo, and those are from the Fishy Peril team. And then we got what's his name now? Los Panderos for CTX. It's almost like the 2 teams have bonded together to make this super team.
Well, he's dropped out of CTX a while back.
This is a long time ago, but it's really cool to be able to see these players still playing and being top notch. And I don't even recognize these players anymore, even like a year ago. All right, here we go. We're just starting up right now.
Championship Thresh you wanted to see in game.
That is cool. I've never seen that skin before. Hopefully he can actually perform with the skin.
I think it's already off sale. You can't get it anymore.
Oh no. Normal buys at this point. They're most likely going for each other. Like the other team for the purple side has noticed that blue side has always been going for reds all the time. So it's going to be interesting to see what's actually going to be transpiring soon.
Yep.
Is blue side going to be doing their normal run? Oh, it seems like they are going to their normal run. They are going to go have a little peek for the red. Now it seems like purple side is completely ready.
They're waiting for this for them to go. Yeah, because they have been going. They have been going up too.
Can't wait to see a level 1 fight. I haven't seen too many.
The level one fight from red team I feel is a lot stronger.
That's 2 wards right there down already on the Fields of Justice. I'm surprised that blue hasn't warded the red in any way, just to see what's going on. It's almost like they know that they're going to counterplay this game.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a few laughs over there by purple side right now. They know what's going on. They know that they have a feeling that this is actually going on, that they are going just to wait outside, it seems.
I want to see Corki Sona top.
These teams know each other quite well. They've been looking at each other throughout the entire tournament. It's no surprise that nothing happened in the beginning of the team.
Wanting VODs on each other last night. They kept up bugging me and Tim.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, we're the VODs. We got to watch them. They're like, well, they're not going up till Sunday night.
That is awesome.
Because it wasn't set up so you could watch the past recordings.
That is so cool. Like, I'm very surprised the competitiveness in this league.
Bro, these teams really want to beat each other. They like they're all friends, but it's cutthroat right now.
It is quite cutthroat. All right. Blue, and then a red start for Sejuani, and most likely a gank for top for Sejuani if she's going to be able to do it. Taking quite a lot of damage. She smited red. I guess Sejuani's jungle is quite a little daunting at first.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to be double lane top against Shannon, and it's going to be double lane against Zach. We're going to see who will be able to hold quite well. They're both great champions at holding.
With the Corki pick, I feel Zed's going to have a really hard time here.
That is true. A little bit of free damage. He's already been put in his place. And Top's already pushed the tower quite fast, which means that it's going to give Shen a level 2 actually quite early.
They're probably what they're going to do in the last best of 3. They're probably going to, right after blue, Sejuani's going to go top, and they're going to try to pressure that turret down as fast as they possibly can. Jarvan's up here.
Jarvan's already up there, and Sejuani's not really a good pusher in any way. Her auto attacks.
No, not really. She's actually going mid lane for Nundo.
Interesting. This
Nundo
is going to be an awesome gank. So if he lands all of his... let's go back mid. Let's go back mid.
Oh, the ward actually catching it.
Okay, that's the gold card.
Nundo actually
getting quite low. There is no all-in right there. That is awesome.
Your screen wasn't rotating mid.
All right, so we're going to the top, and Jarvan's just going to go help out Vankara up there. Bottom is just they haven't pushed tremendously, and this is awesome.
Here's where they're going to get a lot of turret damage.
Sejuani is heading down bottom, most likely to help out Kimchi at this point in the game. J4 is just leaving top at this point. Just most likely go back into a jug. No, he's coming back. I don't know if he's just just chilling like a villain up there.
Flambe actually dropping.
Now that
really
is a lot
low.
of damage on Dr. Flambe right there. He just took a beating from Corki, and it was just with ease. Like Corki didn't even need to really burn anything. Now Nundo is taking quite a lot of damage from Anthrum. I don't know about matchup with TF. Do you think that's quite hard for TF to take with Ari?
It will be a little bit more of a difficult lane. If he can get the gold card when Ari starts getting the ult and starts having the high maneuverability, it will be a bit easier for him to get out of there. If he keeps eating taunts like this, he's going to start losing trades if he does that.
That is just so much free damage right there.
And because of the range of the TF...
J4's going in. He missed his knock up right there, but they did a lot of damage and half health down. Just the Q, and he was exhausted. There is a pull from Shen, but that's not going to be enough damage. They're just not going to have any of that.
Yep.
They can't face a double buff Jarvan. Yet again, if he hit that knock up, that would have... There would have been some more burning. Oh, and there's the knock up again. And that's a shot.
They're going on to Fufu, and that will be first blood.
That is enough for the first blood. That was an awesome play to see. Now Samuel's not looking so hot right now. All right. So mid still pushing good. We'll see how Corki is doing on the bot lane.
Already taking the early CS advantage.
Yeah, that is awesome. There's not too much pressure on the tower now since they got first.
Actually, they're diving onto Samuel. There's the flash.
That's a flash, and then Sejuani is there. Sejuani does not have rent, so she can't slow down Vankara at this point. She just goes back to tower, and that was awesome for the flash. It means if there's another jump on next time, that's going to be very threatening for Vayne.
They might try something as soon as they kill these minions.
That is a lot of minions right there. Yep. It's better. They're losing a lot of experience at this point for Vayne, and also the bot lane.
A lot of CS. Vayne's already behind in CS by quite a bit. By 12, but that doesn't help.
That's a pretty big Sejuani, but that is not going to count for nothing if Corki is just getting this much of a CS lead at this point early in the game.
And their Shen is 13 up on. He's already at 23 in a solo lane against 2, which is really good. It's really hard to get that high amount.
Almost double amount already for Corki's CS in comparison to Vayne's at this point. Nothing's going on right now. Bot lane's going back top. Shen, he already has a Giant's Belt at this point. That's quite dangerous, especially 6 minutes in with a Giant's Belt for Shen.
Gotta get that Sunfire cape really quick.
Shen's one of my biggest characters at this point, and that's tough to face. That's a lot of health to burn through. So Ari is working her way bottom. Oh, no, doesn't feel like it at this point. I don't know. She's judging. Okay, this maybe can be
She
a
does
play.
have her level 6, so she
there's
will
a
be
level
coming
6.
bot.
I don't know if Corky
TF
and Sana
needs to call
has...
this.
No, that is going down. Now, TF most likely has his ult up right now, but she's just
TF
staying
will be
there
able to counter.
at the lane. She's just peeking. That's all she's doing
And
at this point.
Yeah, Sejuani wasn't close enough for them to be able to do a 3v2, and even 2v2, Zach and Ari, I don't know if they have quite enough damage to be able to outdeal a Corky and Sona.
Well, so when it comes to that Shen right there, when his ult comes up, he won't be, like, when he ults away, he is going to give away that tower, unfortunately, because he doesn't have TP at this point, of course, but, all right, we're just having Sejuani come bottom to help Zach out. Zach's actually doing quite well. They're not bullying him that much, you think?
No, not really. They're more focusing on the tower, which is under
Jarvan
half.
is coming bottom. He is going to do a gank, or possibly
They
here.
will see him, though.
There is...
Probably hoping for that counter that they've seen.
There is a ward in that bush. I don't know if that is Zach, so...
Yeah, that is.
That is. All right. Well, we're going to definitely go... that is a lot of damage by Corky right there.
Yep.
Now, Zach's passive is still up at this point.
Yeah, so they don't really want to be diving him at any point.
Diving as Zach is not a good idea at this point.
And Vayne has to goes for the wolves right now and this just lets Shen do what he wants.
All right, a pink on Dragon, and then we're going to see if they're going to clear the ward and maybe just wrap around a little later for
They probably go for this.
They're going for this right now, and it doesn't seem like they can contest at this point right now.
Shen could come down at the ult and there'll be 5 people.
Zach is so low at this. They really
can't.
have to give it. And, Dr. Flambe is really playing a dangerous game at this point.
It's going to go from a 3v4 to a 3v5. So
And that was ult on Los Panduras, but, nothing of it. And that is a TF ult, and there is nothing of that as well. That was a good
scaring him away.
Ability for Dr. Flambe. That tower is getting really low for bottom. And, the top one, that is really healthy
then we'll
for
be able to
Shen's.
push it down right here.
Yeah. Shen's tower is really healthy, so there is an obvious advantage for...
almost getting the pass on Kimchi. Just a little bit more, kind of chip away at him a little bit more before he goes back.
That is
He'll be able
true.
to grab it.
And once they get that passive down...
Here comes the Ari.
The Ari is coming down.
But there is wards here that's going to keep him from getting ganked.
Kimchi most likely has the back, unless he's going to do just a key. He's going to pop in and do a flash, I think. No. That's... It seems like Sana at this point and Corky are just so far ahead, and they're half health. They can't make any plays at this point in the bot lane.
No.
Oh, that is the ult
never
on
mind.
Sejuani, and there is the ult, and there's the Shen ult going on there, and Corky's just doing too much damage at this point.
Shen
but he's
doesn't
not
get down.
feeling anything. She died.
Nundo actually getting hit by the turret, and he's going to go down himself.
Nundo just got eviscerated by Ari right there. She just hit everything perfectly and just too overstretched at this point. Vankara all alone in the lanes at this point, and J4 is back at base.
Yeah, the Shen ult was a little too late. If it was a little bit earlier, as soon as they dived, the ult should have been coming in.
That was a good play for Blue Side. That was insane amount of damage, and they were just half health. They weren't full at all.
Nope.
And, I know Sona and Corky were actually very low in mana. So maybe that was a great choice for them to engage at that point.
Yep.
Okay, that was the Vayne ult right there. She is not going to be able to take down Shen. Like I said again, that Giant's belt is just too much health for them, and they are too far behind at this point. With just double Dorans, that's not enough damage at that point.
Yep, Shen's going to go back and get that chain vest.
Since that bot tower is gone, yes, there is 2 kills on the blue side, but in reality, they are very much more ahead at this point just because of that tower presence now. And if they push down that top tower,
there's
that's
the
a
gold
nice
card,
side.
but no, the flashway got just in time and misses the charm.
Easy half health at that time. TF doing a standard start. Ari...
Spy going to run right into Dr. Flambe.
Dr. Flambe is just going to go over and go, wow, he's being aggressive. Just going in Urbanite
Spy.
Spy. Cut the charm going on Ari. That's the gold call on Ari, but the Dr. Flambe and Jarvan is still
picks up
fighting.
Ari. Takes Ari very low.
Dr. Flambe being quite aggressive with the Sejuani jungle. It's doing really awesome so far. Zach jumping in, but,
nothing's going to be done here.
It's going to be round 2 with that Zach again. Vayne and
30
and
CS
Fresh
advantage up to Corky.
Just trying to catch up at this point, and they're sieging mid, and Ari had to go back. I can do the blue pill, and Dr. Flambe trying to do the most that they can, but That is a low tower, like in the siege. And look at top. They're sieging top at the same time.
Their top turret took like 100 damage.
No, that is a TF ult. I don't know where he's going. Oh, he's just going back mid. He didn't know where to go. He was just scaring them back. And that is a tower top. I think he was just trying to push back somebody at that point. I didn't know why he actually ulted.
Oh, there's the ult. Doesn't quite get him, but the Charm's going to be able to pick up that kill.
Soon. No, that is going to be the kill on TF.
They did trade 1 for 1.
That is true, but Jarvan better get out of there because he's going to
go down
charm,
himself.
and that is a blue buff right there, and the cooldown reduction. We're going to see most likely J4 got out.
That would have been a kill on J4 if he didn't if he didn't miss his Q, because Ari has been maxing that because he has to have that more long range poke against TF, who can just sit back behind the minions and just keep throwing his ability.
All right, that was it. There must be, there's a ward right there, and there was a charm that was thrown out to try to get Corki. Now Corki is just putting some pressure on
Corki gets hit by the charm.
And that is so much damage, and he had a Valkyrie away. Now Shen's holding his tower pretty well at this point. He just taunted Thresh at this point and taking him down to half health. Thresh tries to get a pull. Shen is down at half health, but Vayne is not going to respond with the ult at all.
Vayne cannot blow through that.
Blue team is sieging mid tower, and Sana is know what to do, but TF is coming and most likely trying to change the tide of the battle. Oh, there is a taunt on Sana. Sana had just gone down to Ari, doing so much damage. She is, that's a lot of damage with just 2 Dorans and a cooldown reduction ability at this point.
Oh, it does go 30 AP as well.
At this point, they do have the Dragon lead. They do have a 3k gold lead at this point, but it seems like blue team is catching up with the kills. They're just playing just right, and that is gold card, and that is J4 coming in. That is the ult, and they're not going to be able to catch him. And Nundo is going down to a quarter health, and he's going down to a Zac ult. Now, are they going to clean this up? But Sejuani is doing so much damage to Shen at this point.
Vankara gets hit by the taunt.
Vankara gets hit by the ult, and he's going to dash in, and there is Vankara is going to be going down to that ignite unless that
barely goes
potion. That potion, it saved him, and then
he didn't get ignited.
There was a Sona. Didn't he get ignited?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it went off.
I heard it, but anyways.
Yeah, me too.
Anyways, he got away, and that was a mid tower for free. Now Dragon is going to be popping up in 26 seconds. Blue team most likely timed it, so I don't know if they're going to wait there for 26 seconds for it, or they're just going to clear. Oh. No. All right. Yeah, wonderful. No. Caught Sana right there. Does she have to burn anything? No, she's just trying to ward. Poor Sana. Just trying to ward, And so blue is up. Don't know if they're going to give it to Corki or TF, but at this point, if they're going to do a team fight.
Oh, they just realized that it's up now, and Dr. Flambe is too low right now to be able to contest this.
That worked out really well for purple team, and it just allows them to catch up from that mistake and gold, more or less. Yet again, 3 kills on Ari, that is not good, and she just got her Deathfire Grasp, and that is scary.
Increases her burst by almost double their AP there.
TF does have a Lynchbane at this point, so he is not suffering way too much.
No, that's the item you really need on TF. He's going to be ulting on.
He's most likely going to come in on the Thresh note, and it's going just mid. The pressure from this global ult has actually just been quite poor this game. No opportunities at all.
Keeping people away, though.
Yes, it has been to be able to get a tower, but in reality, we haven't gotten the kills that is required from a global ult like that. Soon Ari's just going to have so much more, Ari's going to have so much more of a better team fight than there's a taunt on Zac in the top lane, and just a little bit of fighting going on, nothing crazy. But it seems like Vankar is just bullying Kemchi. Yet again, Kemchi is just replying with his
passive is down, but yeah.
So bot tower is going to be going to blue team at this point. Shen taking the blue pill, and it's going to be seeming like the bot lane. Oh, and that was a flash by
Nundo.
Ari was able to almost get on him. That would definitely be a kill if he didn't flash away. This is quite hard to give. I don't know why they gave him Ari. There maybe should have been a better. Oh, and that Corki is going on Vayne at this point. He
gets condemned away, and probably the end of that.
Yes, that is true. So
we have sorry to interrupt you. We have Triforce on Corki to double Dorans and a long sword on Vayne.
Vayne is quite far behind, but we know that Vayne will come. Like, she is late game like crazy, and Corki is really awesome late game, but
They both do. They both hold their own very
Yet again,
well.
Vane's very hard behind, and Sejuani just being really aggressive against 4 people, but man, that Sejuani's just so tanky. Yet again, their tank has just gone down for free, and that was a flash on Sana right there. She made a mistake, and that is a cataclysm going in. Corki Valkyrie in, doing a tremendous amount of damage, killing
Here
2
comes
people,
Zac.
and then Zac is doing it all. Shen is just taking all that damage in the front line, and that was an awesome engage.
They gotta get out before the Vayne gets
for
in
the purple
fight,
team. Man, that was a good cataclysm. That was a good follow-up by Shen. That was awesome to see. That was very coordinated. That's what they've been trying to do all game, and they were able to pull it off with ease. Some people taking the blue pill, and we're going to see if blue team is able to respond in kind with that massive push mid.
Yeah, Corki, 2 members, Corki and TF, both setting at 1,500, and Jarvan's in at 1K himself, so a lot of gold that they haven't backed and used up yet.
At this team, purple team only has a 3K advantage. The only one that's really suffering right now is Vayne's just quite behind in comparison to Corki. Corki finishing his Trinity of Force just increases his potential like a tremendous amount.
Oh yeah, and he's going to have enough for a long sword. Or no, he's just going to go for the boots for now.
Oh, okay. Well, Shen has his Sunfire Cape, so at this point he can just start pushing, and Van Kara, we know, is a threat to be reckoned with, and he's going to use Shen to its fullest potential.
Oh, Los Panderos did pick up that pickaxe instead.
Oh, really?
With the boots. He had enough for the BF sword, but it's a bit better of a choice.
Going straight for some armor penetration?
Yeah, he's probably going to be going for the Last Whisper now. It's a pretty standard build on Corki.
Fair enough. It just allows his magic damage to...
Yeah, then after that, he might get Magic Pen boots. That's
awesome. So we're going to see the only Jarvan's in the middle right here waiting for his teammates to come out. Dr. Flambe is just so tanky at this point. It's just some easy damage from Vayne, but they're going to back out knowing that Zac is actually back there ready to engage, but they seem like they know that go diving under tower at this point maybe would be a risky ploy.
Yeah, they're behind by 4K roughly.
Hopefully we can see a team fight coming up here. They're maybe going to be engaging in a crazy amount. That Sejuani had a burst up, but he got stunned, but no damage, no follow-up at this point. That could have been a dead Sejuani there if they followed up at that point. But, killing the tank, no one really wants to be that guy.
Here comes Zac waiting to hear.
All right, Zac going in. They did see this. He didn't hit anybody, but he's going to hit someone of those all. Nundo is gone and eviscerated, and then Ari had to go out, and Ari is dead. That was a nice cataclysm and a flash out by Jarvan.
Trying to duel with the Los Panderos, but Los Panderos being able to
and that's a Shen going down, and there is Corki is just doing a lot of damage, just 3 up at this point. The follow-up, Kemchi...
They're going all after Los Panderos. They should have been going after Urbanized Spy.
And that is a dead Corki.
They just let Samuel finish him off.
Urbanized Spy cannot finish off that passive.
No.
That is... Oh, Kemchi's going in there. Oh... He did not see. Urbanized Spy was able to get away. But that was an awful team.
No, they did see him.
What? He went into the ward, and that is going to most likely be a free kill for Kemchi unless Jarvan is able to get his cooldowns up. And there is no one else responding, and that is a TF goal
right there.
Going right there.
Actually, he's going after the Vayne. Vayne is very low at this point, but not quite enough gap. Not quite enough to close the gap.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And that is going to be a free kill for Jarvan right there. And that's going to make it for a 4 versus 5 for quite a long time. And Dr. Flambe goes down with a nice card by TF.
Nundo knows that his passive's down, and there's the Ari charm.
That is the Ari, and that was just way overextension right there. Too cocky right now in their bush, all by himself. No one was by him. But you get to see the payment for that, and they know that Dragon is coming up in 3 seconds, and that allows the blue team to catch up right on par at this point if they get this Dragon.
They still won't catch quite back up. I don't think their Dragon won't give them quite that much gold, but it will close the gap enough for them to be able to come back in this game.
all right. The almost a little bit more than 1K difference. This is going to... So, I don't know what Shen is... I don't know if Shen is going to be pushing top at all. I know his ult is down at this point for a while since he had to waste it on TF.
He is going to be heading top.
But at this point, I hope that blue team knows that Shen's ult's down actually for quite a bit of time. And they actually can siege mid without him responding with the ult at this point. But Vayne is most likely going to get red at this point. And, of course, TF getting his blue. Sejuani is going to most likely going and doing some offensive warding at this point while Vayne gets the red. it's a little bit of a lull in the game at this point. Everyone's just securing at this point. It seems like, Purple really needs to start rallying together and holding onto the guns to just see what can they do with these team fights. They're just not getting out on top with these team fights. Blue team's team fights is just too powerful at this point.
Yeah, the biggest problem in their team fight last time for the red team is that they couldn't finish off the Vayne, and the Vayne finished them off instead.
Right now, it just seems like they have a little bit of a level advantage on blue side at this point, and it's really hurting them quite a bit. Jarvan's only level 10 at this point, and at this point, Dr. Flambe's level 12, so, that is actually a lot of difference when it comes to a tank.
Lantern seeing all 5 of the members of the red team.
Easy just to see. Doesn't seem like
and
that
goes
is
in
on Ahri, and then he's taking too much damage. He's already half health, and Urbanite spies it's down. He was able to get the crescendo going down. A lot of damage. Ahri's going down, doing absolutely no damage. And that is Corki is going focused. He does flash away. Yet again, he is doing a lot of damage on the side. Vayne was able to get condemned on Shen, and that is going to be a down Shen at that point. Too much tankiness from Kemchi at this point, and Lost Pandaros has to just walk away. Just so hard as a AD carry.
Yeah.
When your tanks can't hold tanks. See, that level 12 by Sejuani I was talking about before. That level 12 does give you an advantage. You don't think about it, but that was the health that was required to stay alive in comparison to Urbanized Spy at level 10.
Yeah, Jarvan going in a little bit too quick. If he would have waited a little bit, but he might have missed the opportunity that he's seen. But if you're going to go in like that, you can't. He started backing away and didn't even use his Cataclysm. He needed to just stay in the fight and get in there and finish what he was trying to do.
I have to agree. It was actually a very it was a pretty bad initiate. He overextended by quite a bit. Sauna had a flash crescendo just to get in there.
Yeah.
Flash Crescendo is awesome, but she didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do that, but that's what she wrote. At this point, Purple team actually still has a gold advantage, which is hard to believe at this point, but they've been farming quite well, and their initial farming right in the beginning of the game.
Nari's almost has her hourglass. Sorry to interrupt you.
It does sing at this point. Ahri is going to be such a force. Well, she hasn't built it fully yet.
Oh yeah, but it's almost up. As soon as that's up, she'll be really strong.
TF already has his hourglass up, so but we haven't seen TF do too much
they've been
in these team fights.
Yeah.
He's just been getting burnt.
He's a sieger.
Oh, at this point we're going mid. At this point, Sejuani just trying to.
So we're going bottom, and they do pick up the kill on Samuel.
Wow,
now they can do whatever they want. Now they don't.
That is going to be awesome. Push
carry.
Bottom. They're going to most likely respond down there. Jarvan forcing them out and pressuring them. Zach going in and going to be going on top of Corki. That is the taunt, and that is going to be some free damage on Kemchi. Elk going down on Kemchi. TF coming in, gold card on Sejuani. There's nothing they can do, and that is going to be a full-on initiate by Jarvan. Jarvan is going in with Cataclysm, a flash out, and that was a death on Sejuani. Zach going right back in, and he gets ignited and has to go back.
There's a crescendo. Delirium is taking the tower. He will go down to it. And Fupus does fall himself, and
Kemchi is down, his passive's down. That is going to be an easy kill for Corki.
Completely turning the game around in their favor.
That was an awesome engage. They blue team really played that poorly when it came back down to the bot. They didn't need to engage on. They didn't hit Corki properly. They just hit Shen, and it was a bad ult. He way overextended. He took way too much damage.
And then
no, they just adding upon that, there was a 4 versus 5. Why engage? You could have just held the tower, and then make them work harder. But they played right into Purple's hands.
Yeah, well they had the taunt, or he missed Los Maderos with that knockup, and then he followed up, or Shen followed up with a nice taunt on to Zach, and then with the amount of armor pen that he has from the not the Trinity Force, from the Last Whisper and the shred he has on his W, that's a lot of damage that's coming in from Corki onto a tank. That's Corki is a really good tank shredder.
Definitely. So there's going to be some action going on since Dragon's going to be up. Well, it's going to still be 40 seconds. It's going to be quite a bit. I don't know if they have a time for the blue side, but they are just trying to get a ward barrier right up there and try to clear it out. Fupus has oracles at this point.
They're got to wait for Shen to come down.
Shen's ult most likely is not up at this point, and they know that they have to have his presence in order to do this team fight. They are
Oh,
content-
Nuno just barely
I don't
dodged
know
that
how he dodged
taunt.
that.
And then they would have followed up with a hook. That would have been, that would have been really quickly dead.
Nando most likely would have fallen into like he just did before with these multiple fights.
Yeah.
Yet again, last fight with the 4 vs 5, he did quite well. He did what he needed to do. He was able to get a combo out, and that was the first time he has been able all game. All right, this is going to be the dragon fight, and we're going to see if purple is going to be contesting this. Blue's zoning. Zach
Here's
is going
the double engage. Vankera is very isolated. Same as
going down.
Kimchi.
Sejuani is going all over Jarvan at this point.
Poo-Poo's is down.
Spine going down, and then Vankera has to back out. Their tanks are gone, and Zach is just making work on TF at this point. Shen is trying to help out, and Shen goes down. That is the crescendo, and then Ari is going down. Wow, there's so much happening. And
oh my god, he dives on him and picks up the kill.
He's going down. Corki is the only one up, and he's going to be going after
He'll be able to
Zach.
take out
He's
Kimchi.
going to try to Valkyrie into there, but he doesn't
He's
have
got
that
no
much
mana. He just needs to back away. Alright, he still has sight on him, but
we're going to see if it's going to happen. There's a blue buff on Kemchi.
That was really silly.
And that Kemchi should have just ran away.
Yeah.
He most likely thought with the blue buff he maybe could cool down him to death.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Dragon was not taken either.
That was a close fight, but purple side was able to come out on top, and that was the first time in a 5 vs 5 that they were able to do that. So.
Yep, they lost one, then they won a 4v4. They picked off the Vayne, and then they did another fight, and they won with only losing 1 member to 4. So they got the delayed ace, and then in team fights now they're slowly going to their favor. They do have quite a bit CS advantage. Their top lane is pushing, and they're going to be able to get Dragon unless blue team really gets here really soon. And Shen is going to be heading up to most likely ward the Baron to keep that from happening, but he'll most likely be going top to split push or use his ult to get back into the fight of another one.
Seems like everyone's positioning themselves for another dragon fight at this point.
Yeah.
And we're gonna some ults are down at this point, so we're just gonna see how this is going to turn out. I don't think Shannon's ult was actually up for last one.
Samuel getting caught.
Going up there, and then the Thresh is most likely going to go down, as well as the Sejuani. That is some free damage, and the Valkyrie in for the Sejuani. That Shen is going down. He overextended too much. There was no one backing him up, and that is the ult for Zac, and he most likely is going to get... no, J4 is able to get a shield, and the Ignite won't be able to kill him at this point, and that is a nice snipe with rockets from Los Panderos, and then the Kemchi is just trying to run away again. Hopefully he doesn't try to face Los Panderos again.
The Sejuani barely getting away by the skin of her teeth.
Really?
Yeah.
Sejuani got...
Los
I thought
Panderos
Sejuani went down.
One of the reasons why last fight went kind of poorly for red team is that Sejuani, or no, it was either Zac or Sejuani just dueled with TF, and TF was got dropped just by him alone. This time, all their carries were closer together, while they could just turn on one target and kill, turn and kill. And this team fight, it just went perfectly for them.
So at this point, blue team just is starting to realize that their team fight is just not dominating like it has been throughout this entire tournament at this point.
And the Corki is getting really big now. He's probably going to be getting his upgraded boots. He goes with the Merc Treads.
Purple's trying to push that first tower up there, but I don't think Kemchi's going to do it because Shen's responding already.
Yeah.
Yet again, Kemchi is quite far ahead of Shen at this point. Vankera is quite far behind and needs some of those num-nums in the top lane to catch back up.
He's got quite a bit of items. They've got near the same.
The level advantage that he has
the
is
level
two levels that was speaking to me. Getting a blue for Ari at this point.
No. Okay.
So then most likely, this is a part of the game, guys, when they start setting up for Baron fights. Everyone most likely knows this, who's any experienced player. It's going to be a vision battle right now. It doesn't seem like both teams... Oh, Son is going in there.
He's going back. And same with Zac. They really can't do too much here.
If the other team saw this...
it would be time to engage.
It would be time to engage already. Well, Urbanized Spy, being really ballsy at this point, because if they get an Ari taunt or even a Zac, bounce up, they wouldn't be able to respond in time.
Yep. Our Urbanized Spy now does have his lock-in completed, and combination with the Ancient Golem keeps him very healthy throughout fights and gives that nice shield to his teammates, and of course the the passive on the locket to give magic resist to his whole team.
So Sejuani coming up, they're mostly going to try to contest whatever turn-up movement that the purple team's trying to push out at this point. Most likely the pushing of the top tower. And there's the charm on the Shen. The Shen's going down to a quarter health, and he got condemned against the wall. And that's a Sejuani going on Nindo. The carry is going down to half health. the
Samuel almost
the
going
Shen
down.
Going in, the Shen has had to back out. That is a Shen ult on TF. TF just goes down.
But
Sejuani
Corki just burst the tanks down really good. but
Corki has a flash
there's the
out.
Ahri.
Corki is still trying to get some rockets, but they are quite healthy. Blue team's quite healthy, and he's trying to auto attack. That is too much damage, and he just got ripped apart by 3 of the teammates there. That is a bad fight, especially for purple side. Didn't execute things
Nundo
properly.
got caught early on,
Delirium goes down.
and that will be Baron.
We're going to see if that's going to be a Baron. 4 of them are up. They are not that healthy, but there is, like Vayne.
can split
Vayne has
tank
a Rune Blade, and that J4 is just sticking around, and Kemchi's going to fight him. No, they won't be able to do Baron.
No.
And especially
not without Kemchi there.
That is so funny. They're just backing like a duel right there.
Right beside each other.
Like, okay, all right, we understand. We got to go back now.
They didn't see each other.
Yeah, no, of course, but it's really funny to see. So on blue side at this point, both teams are strong. It's just about this execution of their team fights at this point. Nundo took a tremendous amount of damage on that team fight.
Yeah.
Easy.
Nundo really got caught by that ult from Sejuani. Yeah.
Just
in this area is a really bad spot for them to be fighting in.
It definitely was not a good positioning. I don't know why they were there to a certain degree.
For the amount of close, if they're going to fight, they really want to be fighting in open areas.
And Shen was all by himself on the carries, and Shen was able to get, I think, Ahri quite low. But in reality, Van Kara with Shen there, like he's not going to be able to burst someone down.
No.
Look at
Vayne barely got away with her life though.
Oh, Vayne barely got away?
Oh yeah, and then she was able just to chunk her way back in and lifesteal her way back in the fight.
That's true, especially with they have 3 other teammates up. So especially Kemchi. Kemchi was just so healthy. The Sejuani did go down, but Kemchi was just too healthy to do anything. Actually, Urbanized Spy was quite healthy for being the initiator in that team. I don't know if he was just peeling for Corki at that point in that fight.
Him and Van Kara were diving onto the Vayne.
So
they almost got her.
Shen is pushing at this point. He's not going to keep pushing. They most likely don't want to accidentally lose their Shen top but Urbanized Spy is just looking around with his why do I want to see wards? His standard. Some free damage going on Dr. Flambe, but he's just trying to get that ward, and that is a shot.
Nundo getting caught again.
Nundo has just had to pop his Zanyas already. That is a nice crescendo. Maybe Nundo can get some damage off.
Oh, the hook barely gets him.
Maybe able to get some damage out in the back there. Van Kara most likely going down.
They take out the Ahri. Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, they did take out the Ahri.
That is
and the Vayne was forced to flash away.
Really able to rocket. He's just trying to get Samuel, but Samuel's not going down. And
Kemchi got right through the line.
Dr. Flambe got away at the skin of his teeth.
Go
Fupu's got the way with the skin of his teeth. All right, that is a tower shot on Jarvan, and he's just going to be pushing that tower, and mid's going to be being pushed as well. This is going to be a nice gold
Kemchi's looking for people to go back. They won't be able to do anything here. Yeah, they will.
That is Kemchi going in on Delirium at this point. Delirium half point, but they can't do anything.
Corki does too much damage.
Just too much at this point, yeah. Look at that. Bloodthirster, and he has Last Whisper at this point with the Spectral Cal.
Yep.
A Spectral Cal, he's not going to do any damage, but that is a nice tower, and Dr. Flambe is going to go on Urbanized Spy, but, it's the battle of the tanks. It's not going down. Yet again, Urbanized Spy is taking a beating. He doesn't have enough mana to do a standard combo, and he knows this. And that is the flash. And that is going to be...
Oh, the slows. He just gets away.
He barely has enough mana. And that is the engage on Corki.
And Los Panderos gets condemned into the wall.
Mana, and he is just going down way too much.
That is good positioning. Samuel
wow.
With him, but
Samuel barely got away with that one. One more rocket, and he would have gone down without the lifesteal. Urbanized Spy...
That will be Baron.
That is going to be a Baron. The jungler has to go back. And that is going to be really rough. Like, Shen can poke and maybe try, but he just got condemned. That was just too easy. He just opened up, and all of his Van Kara's, he has no energy to get away at this point. That was just very bad positioning.
He's delaying the Baron, and TF is trying to...
TF is going in, but he's just trying to scare him away, but At this point, it's just giving a vision for Jarvan to go in for a smite steal. At this point, the CC, that is going to be the smite steal by Jarvan.
Just get it.
That was just the god with the crescendo that was followed up, and that is just going in, trying to fight for their lives, trying to do their best they can, but there you go, both go down. That was a great smite by Urbanized Spy there.
And Ari looks like she's wanting to fight TF, but TF not quite wanting that.
Oh, that was a flash by Nundo.
She would have hit all those
so
others,
much,
but
and it's just
too much
not
for him to deal with.
Yeah. TF can't
run away.
That was a funny thing by Anthrun. He just Zanya's just for TF just to die. I've never seen that before.
That was good.
You know, that fight at Baron, yes, you know, that went in favor for purple side.
Yep.
But at the same time, it was just more of a gold favor more than anything.
Yeah, they wanted the gold. They were okay to sacrifice 2 people for that.
Now, I don't think Corki was up in time to get that Baron buff. Now, if he did...
no, he got it. It's just the shield.
No, that's a Banshee shield on him right now.
Oh, no, that's Baron. Oh, no, that's red buff. Never mind. I thought...
All right, that's a free dragon going for blue side at this point. This is a very intense game. 30-23. We don't see this high of kill count in games. Like, this is quite insane.
Usually games are over by the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, exactly. This is the 37 mark. This is a really intense game at this point, and it's been a pleasure to cast for this.
And red team is still 3 towers up.
That is true, and it doesn't look like purple is really grouping together in order to push another objective, which would most likely be one of the inner tower turrets. Now, the bottom tower is actually half health at this point, most likely from...
No, it's from TF.
Yeah. They most likely could push that unless they wanted to push mid again, but lately it's just been so tough for their team fights at this point that they haven't been able to work really much out.
I don't know, Nuno just can't get caught again. That was what was happening. If he gets caught in these fights, they're gonna lose. If he doesn't, their team fights are pretty one-sided. Not one-sided, but they're in their favor.
That is true. The CS is actually quite good on Nundo. He has kept in the game. He hasn't gone far behind, even though he has got caught multiple times. The CS has been awesome for purple team. You know, blue team's not that far behind. Vayne has actually done a good job.
Yep, she's got a GA now.
Unfortunately, you know, Vayne late game, she is going to do better than Corki eventually.
Yeah.
You know, and she's looking pretty scary at this point.
Not if they duel, though.
You know, not if they do. Like, look at the items on Corki. He's almost full. He's one way for full build. Now,
Vayne is too.
Now, Urbanized Spy, they're in their jungle, and this is Shen's bottom, but they got the 4 versus 5 at this point. TF is behind. I guess TF has tested.
Oh,
and Sona's going to get caught. That is a crescendo, and that is going to be an ult from Sejuani, and that is going to be a free kill right there from Sona.
Oh, Urbanized Spy missing. He should just back right away, but
5 versus 4, and you know, Shen knew most likely that Sona was done. You know, no ult. There was no ult needed.
There's no point of staying.
You know,
defending this tower. They should just back up to the next one.
They should have known better not to be so aggressive unless walking all together like that.
They have a lot of wards in there already.
That's a free mid tower, and that is understandable. But I know that purple team will most likely fight for this mid tower.
Urbanized Spy gets caught. Here comes it.
And that is the Zac ult on Corki. Corki is just doing some damage. And already TF is down. Corki has a Valkyrie away. He's trying to do as much damage as he can. Urbanized Spy had a flash away. Vayne is just going in, and that is a dead Corki, and their AD carry is gone. But yet again, that is a GA on Vayne at this point, and he is able to get back up. And Urbanized Spy is the only one up at this point, and he is very low as health.
Yep.
They're not going to be able to get this tower unless Kemchi tanks it.
No, they'll be able to get it with the minions.
There we go. Yet again, Urbanized Spy and Sona's back up, and there's maybe another initiation, but there is not damage right there.
There's not enough damage.
That is Vayne right there. And that was just a poor decision by Jarvan just going right back in there. You know, that's a Vayne damage, percentage really damage. Silly. You know, that would, you just gave him a free inhibitor, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they'll go rethink about their initiates next time, and maybe their ward coverage by Sona.
Well, blue team finally taking the advantage in their favor.
Kemchi pushing the top tower. That's a big wave right there. And, you know, this is going to be an easy tower just for Vayne. It's Vayne coming back, you know?
Yep.
She got that CS. She's got those. Do you know what? She has 12 kills now. How we have noticed that. She's been picking up these kills on the side. She is really, yet again, you know, Corki has done 12 kills too. I guess with such a high game, you know, it's not really that big of a deal at this point.
They already has 12 kills and TF only has 6. It's quite the big difference there. I don't know. The TF pick is good. It's a good pick. It's just they weren't able to utilize them to its full potential.
You gotta shut
this game.
down the mid game, like with the two global ults.
Yeah,
they were only able to make one play, and that was mid.
Yeah,
you know,
that was
one play. And anyways, purple team most likely has to, strap on the defense mode and see if they can. The goods are going to start bleeding in the middle with the super minions going in the mid, and that is initiation. No, not at all. Sorry, that was a super super minion that they were fighting at this point.
All right.
So at this point they're in the game. The blue side is just pushing the lanes at this point, and purple side is most likely going to be just defending at this point. Like they're trying to.
They can't risk any more sloppy team fights, which they've been doing.
Like when the Baron comes up, there will be a Baron fight. They'll have to fight for that, or they'll give up all hope of winning. But at this point, this is looking scary. That's a pretty low tower for two versus 5. And that's a jump in by Zach, and they're just going to get the free tower. There is not going to be any initiate. The Valkyrie out by Corky at this point. They're just playing safe, defending that inner turret. Yet again, they're bleeding in the mid. Blue's not keeping up the pressure at all. They're most likely going to maybe start heading top. But yet again, Baron is going to be up in the next 30 seconds, so they're just going to most likely start warding that and start preparing. Oracles is on Zach, so they're definitely going to just start clearing wards at this point for that next Baron fight. This is the Baron fight that's most likely going to set the tone for the entire game at this point. There's a standard in the bush. Zach is just going to come in. Van Kara is just zoning, just saying, hey, do you want to jump on me, bro? Easy. And that is a free charm by Van Kara, which is the best character to get it on that. It's Destiny in there, immediate, and Nundo is flashing away, no damage going down at all, and that is a nice crescendo. That is a nice ult, keeping everyone in with Van Kara. At this point,
Osmeros flashes over to pick up the kill, and he's going to chase on the Fupus, and this will be a pretty one-sided fight with the save from Van Kara. And Dr. Flambe forced to run away himself. Same with the Zach.
Amazing initiate going across the board by the purple side team. That was an amazing team fight. That was awesome to see.
I don't know.
That
was a very nice fight. It just that Nundo tried going in there.
No, he did a trick play. He just went in there right in the middle, and he immediately
had to burn his flash.
No, he immediately Zanya's. And he just...
But then he had to flash out, unfortunately.
Everyone was just waiting with their abilities for that Zanya's, and he immediately flashed away. He was just a bait, and
they might be able to pick up the kill on Kemchi, but he's going to get away.
That is a big
Flambe
flash. I don't know if he doesn't have red buff at this point. He's not going to be slowing down at this point.
No.
Dr. Flambe is just too tanky.
They might be able... They'll be able to. They just cut in with Van Kara there as well.
He's running out of... but yet again, that Baron buff is getting him some mana back with the regen at this point, and that is going to be a kill. And that is what exactly one purple team wants. And most likely going to take him out of the tournament in this first round.
We have at least another game ahead of us, Tyler. Jeez.
Do we?
Yeah.
I thought
it's a best of 3.
Is it a best of 3?
This is a best of 3, and if right now the position of blue team wins the best of 3, then we got another one.
Herp-a-derp. Who invited this guy to the station here? Anyways,
where's Brian? I'm kidding.
Purple team just rallying at this point with the Baron buff. They're most likely going to start pushing down the mid tower and most likely try to get their first inhibitor of the game. Purple side... not purple. Blue side is not out of the game at this point.
Oh no.
There is quite a lot for purple to push at this point.
So who gets the better engage? It's really what's going to come down to. Samuel now has his GA back up. That'll come in handy for next fight. Corky is now fully built. Got now.
Wow.
Infinity Edge is his last item. He is potted.
These teams are just so evenly matched at this point. It's just so interesting to see them just going toe-to-toe, like 35 to 28. I don't think I've seen a tournament game this even.
This many kills, and it looks...
It's been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's just been kind of ridiculous at this point. Both teams have actually made very little mistakes at this point, to a certain degree, about Sana getting caught there in the mid-map by the red buff, and also Nundo at mid with TF has actually got caught a few times as well. But for the blue side team, I don't think they have really gotten caught at all. Has Thresh gotten caught?
Oh no, they only got the one catch on Vayne early game or mid game.
The only big mistake they made was the engage on Shen on the bot lane.
Yeah.
But at this point, you know, everyone is most likely max build, max everything at this point. So it's going to come down to really one engage at this point. And when the one engage goes, someone's going to win. Everyone has so much health at this point, the turrets don't even matter.
Healing, look at Los Maderos sitting at 2.2, almost 3k health. That's an 80 carry.
Wow, that is a ludicrous amount. And he's double buff right now.
Yeah. A lot of health coming from Banshee's Veil.
And are they going to do anything with this Baron buff right now? They haven't been pushing. They've just been really safe.
They still have at least a team fight left of it. Los Maderos needs to be careful.
He does. I don't know why they're not doing the Shen the Shen pushing on the bottom.
The lane's already throwing it enough as it is.
At this point, they just need to wait for the next minion wave before they start tower. Yet again, tower diving at this point is not going to be too bad since everyone is full health, and that tower is really going to be a minimal difference to a certain degree.
And Zach's waiting back here just to jump in there at the end.
They're
get the knockups.
Purple team is allowing these guys to easily clear these minions, unfortunately, and you know that they're just doing the dance right now, and nothing's been going on. The poke on TF is just hasn't been real. Oh, and that is, I guess, a considerable amount of damage for the tower, but there is an amazing amount of dance going up. We're just going to wait until the Jarvan's going to get an opening. Oh, almost right there, and try to engage on there.
Here comes.
And Zach is going in, and that is the Sejuani ult, and they're going in, bursting down the tank.
Fupus is dying in seconds, though. Same with
support is
Dr.
Flambe is crescendo on Ahri. And Ahri and Vayne are doing absolutely no damage, while the Urbanite Spy is completely hitting him. Sejuani is already out of the fight. He is already down.
Los Paderos getting in a bad position.
Kimchi is just completely devastating Los Pandaris at this point. Los Pandaris is going down to Ahri and shutting him down. And then there is a Cataclysm going down, which is quite late by the Jarvan at this point. And that is Ahri taking a kill onto Jarvan right there. And backing out is Nundo, which is just not able to do the damage to Kimchi at this point. And Sana's the only one alive without Oracles. Yet again, Oracles stays on when they die, but
like
I'm so season 2.
Yeah.
But they got Oracles. You gotta get them.
Well, it doesn't expire like it used to either.
Yeah, exactly.
It just lasts a flat 3 minutes.
There's a big minion wave hitting the top, and I think Ari's going to be able to mop that up in seconds. But that was an amazing team fight for blue side.
Yeah, purple team clumping up around here. They clumped a little bit too much, and that Zach just got in there. And
they had a really good blue had a really good initiate, but there was an amazing crescendo by the Sana.
Yes, it was. Vayne wasn't able to do anything till the last bit.
Vayne and Ahri were just dancing in there, just with the dancing shoes on, just not doing anything. But Ahri did respond and kind of was able to get that Corki. I'm surprised the Corki was not able to eviscerate that Kemchi. Kemchi is just so tanky at this point. He has a thorn mail, and it's doing so much damage to Corki. You don't even notice it.
The biggest problem, I feel that I don't know how I wasn't paying attention enough to see how Corki got in the middle of the team fight. He just needs to be staying in the back. He got caught in the middle, and then they closed on him. Then they wrapped up the team fight with after they killed the Corki.
So at this point, they're just playing safe, trying to get the wards down. All the oracles going out. Both teams has them, even on both characters at this point. Just the gold so much. It's just about trying to get the initiation. No one wants to get caught. No one wants to be that guy that gets caught. And at least purple's being aggressive at this point. They can be, especially with the Banshees on Corki. That's an awesome pick by Corki.
Yep.
Since Kemchi can't, Kemchi or Sejuani can't immediately just get a ult on them. Or a bounce up. So they're just trying to put some pressure at this point. Unfortunately, one thing about the purple team is that they have a little bit more poke. They can throw a lot more stuff at blue team, like rockets and also the cards. But when it comes up straight up to raw physical power, blue team does have a better team fight. I have to say, even though they are on the disadvantage right now. You can see that they don't want to engage. And that's the Banshee Veil going down. And that is a miss ult by Sejuani.
And that's their cue to go in.
That is
catching almost everybody with that.
Kemchi going on Los Panderos, but too much damage on him. The Gorbernite Spy is going back out, and that is
that team fight turned right around.
Flambe going back. Corki going back out. Oh my goodness. All the 2 carries are up, but then not enough damage to take down those tanks. Those tanks are just doing too much has too much help, and that is Kemchi going down, Corki going down, and that is game. right there.
Yeah.
That turned around. Was that a Sejuani bait missile?
I don't know.
You know, that was the right move by Purple side. And
It was.
Like their tanks, Jarvan and Shen, just get taken out way too quickly by Vayne at this point of the game.
Yet again, they are quite low. Can they go after double tower at this point?
No, there's way more than enough time. They have 28 seconds, and Vayne will chunk that really quickly. This is going to be the end of the first game.
All right, that's definitely a game right there. You know, that was an awesome game. That was an even game.
That was.
You know, and Purple was always up, and even
Purple's
like
still up in
in gold. You know, it was just it came down to team fights, and it seems like Purple realized that their team fight was just not as strong. You know, and
in late game, that Vayne really getting.
It really goes time and time again for Blue Team that their late game is unmatchable at this point to a certain degree, and it seems like Tim's teams really needs to step it up to be able to do this team fight in the next round.
Yeah. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be taking a short break, letting the teams go to the washroom, do what they need to do to prepare for the next game. Stay tuned.
Huh? Thanks, buddy. How was your game?
Kicked ass with Volibear and then fed with the Olaf. It's pretty good.
I'm fine to continue.
Oh, Bitter is gonna cast. You want to try? Bitter wants to try and cast. Just. I said go for it.
Whatever.
Said you wanted to break, right?
No, I'm fine now.
Okay.
Are you fine now?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take off then. Okay.
I'll see you later, Tyler. I might come stop by.
Oh, she doesn't have to do team fights. I don't do team fights.
I want to do team fights.
I said yeah. You can try.